Got another one over here.
Stand ready for my arrival, worm. You were given orders. You were given time. You were given more leeway than most, and yet I find this planet unprepared for the arrival of our Viltrum Empire.
This isn't a good time.
The Empire anticipated your resistance, which is why they sent me. I am Conquest, and I am your last chance to fulfill your duty.
You don't understand. All this is my fault. So the only thing I want to do right now is hit something as hard as I can.
Good.
Everybody loves the guy who can handle it. The guy who stays calm when everything goes wrong. The guy who figures it out. The guy who doesn't complain. The guy everybody calls when they need help. Until one day, he can't handle it. And suddenly everybody is confused. Because they thought he was strong. That's what I think about when I look at Mark Grayson. Mark gets called Invincible, which is kind of funny when you think about how often he gets absolutely destroyed. He gets hurt, he loses, he makes mistakes. People he loves get caught in the middle, and somehow he keeps getting back up. That sounds inspiring. But what happens when getting back up becomes something everybody expects from you? What happens when strength stops being something you have and becomes something you owe? That's the part of Mark Grayson I understand. Not the flying, not the super strength, not saving the planet. The pressure to be strong enough. Because somewhere along the way, I think a lot of men learn that our value is tied to what we can handle. Can you provide? Can you protect? Can you stay calm? Can you fix it? Can you keep moving? And if the answer is yes often enough, people stop asking what it costs you. I've had people describe me as tough. He'll be all right. He can handle it. He doesn't complain. And I understand why. I usually do put my head down and keep going. But I don't always keep going because I'm strong. Sometimes I keep going because stopping scares the hell out of me. Mentally and emotionally, I've been in places I never want to go back to. Where I am now is better than where I was 10 years ago. But I'm not standing on some peaceful mountaintop looking back at everything I conquered. I'm still moving, partly because moving gives me distance from places in my own head I never want to live in again. People see movement and call it strength. They don't always see what you're running from. And that's where Mark feels real to me. He gets hit with something horrible, and before he has time to process it, something else needs him. There isn't always time to fall apart. Real life can feel like that too. I've talked before about a relationship ending that completely broke me. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I felt alone. Then, after she left, her car died, and suddenly she needed me. Funny how that works. And I went. I helped her. Looking back, I think I had a rule in my head I never actually said out loud. It doesn't matter how badly you're doing. If somebody you love needs you, get up. Your feelings can wait. Your pain can wait. Handle the problem first. That sounds honorable until you realize you can live like that for years. And eventually, you don't even know what to do when you're the one who needs help. That pressure gets even worse in relationships. Because for me, that's the one area of life where I care deeply about getting it right. A job is just a transaction to me. They pay me, I do the work. If something better comes along, I'm gone. Iron Mind and the book I'm writing are different. I enjoy those. They give me somewhere productive to put my mind. Relationships are a whole different beast, because when I care about somebody, I really care. And that means the stakes feel higher. It also means I feel pressure to be the version of myself that doesn't get left. That's hard to admit. Because I'm on dating apps now. I send messages. Most of the time, nothing comes back. No reply, no match, no like. After enough of that, it gets hard not to look at yourself and think, okay, I'm being me, and apparently me isn't what anybody wants. Then you combine that with having somebody you love decide to leave, and the message gets louder. Maybe being yourself isn't enough. Maybe you need to be more confident, less emotional, more interesting, less available, more successful, more vulnerable, more masculine. After a while, dating starts feeling less like meeting somebody and more like reverse engineering the version of yourself people might choose. That is pressure, because now you're not only asking, does she like me? You're asking, how much of me can I safely show before she decides she doesn't? I think Mark lives inside a version of that question. Different people want different things from him. Be compassionate. Be strong. Make the hard decision. Don't become your father. Protect everybody. Don't lose control. And somewhere under all of those expectations is just Mark trying to figure out who he is supposed to be. That is what pressure can do. It makes you stop asking who you are and start asking what everybody else needs you to be. And I know where that road goes for me. It goes toward usefulness. Because if I'm useful, maybe I'm valuable. If I can fix the problem, protect the people I love, stay composed, and be dependable, then maybe I've earned my place. That is a dangerous way to measure yourself. Because the moment you fail, it doesn't feel like you failed at something. It feels like you failed at being a man. I know that voice. After I lost my son and his mother, my mind didn't speak to me gently. It didn't say, you went through something horrific. It said, you couldn't protect them. You can't protect anyone. A man can protect his family, so what are you? That voice was brutal. And when I look at Mark blaming himself when he isn't fast enough, strong enough, or good enough, I understand that logic. It isn't rational, but it feels rational when you're inside it. Because if your identity is built around protecting people, what happens when something happens that you cannot stop? Who are you then? That question can eat a man alive. And I think that's why disappointing myself usually hurts me more than disappointing other people. There are exceptions. If I let down my parents, that hurts. If I let down the woman I love, that cuts me deep. But most of the time, the judgment I'm most afraid of is my own, because I know how harsh that voice can get. Maybe that's why some men keep pushing, long after they should have stopped. We're not proving anything to the world. We're trying to silence something inside ourselves. One more problem solved. One more person protected. One more day where I kept it together. Maybe then I'll finally feel like I'm enough. But the finish line keeps moving. Mark gets stronger, and the problems get bigger. Real life can feel like that too. You become more capable, and people give you more to carry. You stop complaining, and they assume you don't need anything. You survive something horrible, and people start treating survival like proof that the next horrible thing won't hurt you. But surviving pain does not make you immune to pain, and being capable does not mean you have unlimited capacity. That's something I'm still trying to learn. I don't want to become weak. I don't want to stop being dependable, but I also don't want my entire value to come from how useful I can be to everybody else. Because I've lived that feeling. Not good enough to choose, good enough to need. And that is a lonely place to live. So maybe the lesson I take from Mark Grayson isn't that we need to become stronger. Maybe most of us already know how to do that. Maybe the harder lesson is learning that strength was never supposed to be our admission price for love. The people who care about us shouldn't only know the version of us who gets back up. They should know the version that gets tired, the version that gets scared, the version that doesn't know what to do, the version that sometimes needs somebody else to carry something for a minute. I'm still figuring that out. And honestly, I'm still skeptical. I don't know if being completely myself is eventually going to lead me to somebody who chooses me. Right now, the evidence doesn't exactly look great. But I do know this. If I turn myself into somebody I don't recognize just to make somebody stay, then even if it works, I've created a different problem. Because every day she stays, I'll have to wonder whether she loves me or the character I built because I was afraid the real me wasn't enough. And I don't want to live like that. Mark Grayson can take a beating that would kill almost anybody. He can get broken, bloodied, and still drag himself back onto his feet. But I don't think the most interesting question is whether Mark can keep getting back up. I think it's this. How many times can somebody be expected to be invincible before they forget they were allowed to just be human? And maybe some of us need to ask ourselves the same thing.